It was a great pleasure to talk to my mate, my co-editor Nadir Cheema, about the Pakistan Left Review then and now today. This book, Passion, it was a labor of love. How did you get started with it?
Right. So basically how this project started was we always wanted to document the history of Pakistani progressives in London, starting from 1950s, 60s onwards. And then we came across Pakistan Left Review. And of course, Salima Hashmi was someone who really encouraged us and put me in touch with Aziz Kurta, and Iqbal Khan passed away. And that's how it just started. And of course, Pakistan Left Review took us beyond just the Pakistani progressives in London. And then when we went through it, we realized it's a very important piece of Pakistan's missing political history.
So when I first turned up in Pakistan in the early 80s, Zia seemed to be doing his level best to just wipe out trade unions, cooperatives, forget communists. They were completely out. How effective do you think that Zia Islamization and conservatism was in actually disrupting leftist movements? What about today? Do you think the leftists have reformed? Have they got a little bit of traction now?
Well, there are leftists of my generation and younger generation. They're quite actively involved. And there are parties like Awami Workers' Party, Mazdoor Kisan Party, but it's quite confined to small segments of society. Interestingly, most of them are academics. And they are now these very activist groups who are not necessarily leftists, like Aurat March. Yeah. And quite a few academics are actually leading these groups, who are involved with these groups, who've gone and done PhDs here. So, which is but again, it's very confined, so not one of the mainstream political parties.
So that's actually one of the interesting things about PLR, the Pakistan Left Review, that it was London-based. So I've had this book that I did with Marta Bolognani, which connected diaspora with Pakistan and said the two are constantly in coordination. How valid is that? How important is the diaspora for political discourse in Pakistan?
Now it's even more important because of social media. Everything is, we get information instantly. In 1960s, it was also important because of the history of all exiles living here. Even before partition, the freedom fighters would come here. So yeah, I think it always has played a role. Diaspora has played an important role in Pakistan, is leading Pakistan's political movement, whether it was 60s, 80s, or against Musharraf as well.
So one of the reasons I wanted to get involved in this project with you is because I think this is actually very important for young people to read these older things. And with the Faculty of Arts and Sciences in Karachi, we're starting that in the Aga Khan University, we want students to know the history of political discourse in the country. Now, you're an economist. You write for Dawn. You regularly comment on politics. Where do you see this kind of role of history and science and art and humanities? Do you think that is an effective way of helping young Pakistanis reframe old conversations that maybe have gone a bit stagnant?
So yes, for a very long time we have been waiting for the Aga Khan University Social Science School. Yes. Because so far there's only alums, graduates are recognized globally. Coming to social sciences and humanities, there are not many universities in Pakistan providing social sciences with a broad focus on liberal arts. One of the reasons people studying social science were looking forward to Aga Khan's University's Social Sciences School and Art School is because Aga Khan University re-established itself as a center of excellence in some medical school. I mean, I know some graduates who graduated from medical school, my friends from Aga Khan, and they went to work with graduates of Harvard Medical School. They said they were way ahead of them. So given that the bar Aga Khan University has said, that's one of the reasons even people said at one of the best universities in Pakistan studying or teaching social sciences, they're looking forward to Aga Khan University's Social Sciences School because their bar, they have said themselves. In Pakistan, the social sciences is not a very priority subject and taken by the students, and also universities are not really focusing. But we've been long waiting for Aga Khan University Social Sciences School, and now you have he was the inaugural dean, so we're looking forward to what you have to offer. So I think it's very important, especially to challenge the mainstream narrative in Pakistan. Students studying more social sciences, arts, humanities, they are more able to have a more diverse outlook of the world.
What would you like people to take away as the most important aspect of this edited volume?
Coming to students, I would say first thing which came to my mind was to introduce these students to the endeavors of young Pakistani generation at that time for a progressive Pakistan, and the kind of rigorous efforts they were going through in engaging with the leftist debates globally, and educating people back in Pakistan, raising their political consciousness, preparing an alternative plan of action. That is one thing which students can learn from that generation. And even beyond the students, I think 1960s is a very important era it's just fascinated, not just specific to Pakistan, globally, the political struggle, how the political economic structures were challenged. So I think it's a very important part of Pakistan and global political history.